Welcome to the NPTE Final Frontier podcast, helping one student at a time. Visit npteff.com to enroll today so you can pass tomorrow. Thank you for joining us here on the NPTE Final Frontier podcast. My name is David.
And my name is Emily. Today, we will be discussing resume writing. Now, a resume is so important for a variety of reasons, but most importantly, it helps to immediately display why you're the right fit for a job. Now, in today's competitive market, especially within physical therapy and physical therapy assistant jobs, a resume is that base requirement to help you move forward throughout the interview process. Now, it also kind of helps to make a good image for you as an applicant for the recruiters to help them get to know you and why they should continue pursuing you for their available position. On this episode, we just want to briefly discuss some tips and ways that you can help improve your resume to help set you apart from other candidates.
So, in order to set yourself apart, it is so important to focus on your clinical experience, your schooling, your work experience, all of that. So when you're doing this, make sure that you do it from top to bottom, at the top being the most present, and then going down to the most furthest away. But you don't want to put everything on this. You want to highlight the important stuff. And something that I think is very important as well with clinical experience aspects, highlight the unique patients that you have seen or treated. I think that when you highlight those unique patients and scenarios, that helps your resume stand out a little bit more. What do you think about that, Emily?
I totally agree. And with that being said, as in unique experiences or specific patient populations, especially tailor that resume towards the job you are applying for. So if you have some experience with a specific neuro population, let's say, and the job you're applying for has a large population within that neurological field, you should definitely make sure you highlight that so that they know why it sets you apart, but also why you're the right fit for that specific position.
Definitely. And I think with that right part, skill summary, you want to put down what skill set you have. What are you certified in? What have you achieved throughout? Maybe it's a skill set of computers. Maybe you have a computer skills, maybe Excel, spreadsheet, whatever it is, add it onto there. And make sure, very important, put down how they can contact you. This is something that some people neglect to add onto there, but put a return email address, put your contact information. So this way, that person reading your resume is able to contact you.
Now, something else you mentioned before that I think is very important to be mindful of is you mentioned that top-down approach. Be systematic with your resume. Keep it organized, but also make sure that it looks properly formatted. It looks appealing to the eye. Just as important as the information is on your resume, the looks of your resume matter almost just as much, because when they pick up that resume, before they even read what you have written, they're going to first visually see your formatting. If it looks pristine, concise, well formatted, and is appealing to the eye, like I said, because that's going to draw them in and make them want to read your resume. If they pick up your resume and see that it kind of looks scattered and disorganized and not properly formatted, that may deter them from even wanting to review your application if they've received many applications for that position that's available.
And speaking about organization, spelling, grammar, please, people. I mean, I think that for myself, something that always stands out in a resume for me when I review a resume is spelling. It's bold, italic, all of those formatting. Make sure that everything is formatted, whether it's uniform or it's just proper. Like if you're going to bold the dates, for example, make sure that all of the dates are bolded. Don't just bold some of it. Don't bold maybe just the month and not the year, or some of the year and not the rest of it. Make sure that it is uniform. Make sure that if you have periods at the end of each summary, put it after each summary. Don't just have it sporadically throughout.
Yes, I loved that you mentioned that because as I've reviewed resumes in the past, I have noticed that sometimes there are inconsistencies with that formatting. So making sure, like you said, that certain words are bolded, that you remain consistent with that throughout, or like the periods. That's so important to be mindful of. It's the little things like that that set you apart because anybody can write a resume, right? It's a basic skill set, but the way you promote yourself and have that information presented is what's going to help set you apart because a lot of the times, especially as new graduates, we have very similar resumes, right? We have similar clinical experiences, we have similar past job experiences because we just don't quite have many experiences yet. So being able to do those little things like formatting, grammar, punctuation can really make or break that resume when it's put next to a similar resume with similar experiences.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I think that it could definitely be make or break at times. So whatever you submit, please actually review it. Don't just get to the end of it because it's going to be only 1 to 2 pages of putting everything on there. So once you get to the end of it, don't just stop and be like, okay, it's done, and then just glance through to make sure everything's there. Legit read it with a thorough eye. Do not be lenient on yourself.
Yes, and I love that you mentioned the 1 to 2 pages in length. It is so crucial to try to keep that resume shortened and concise and get right to the points of what you're trying to get at. Nobody wants to pick up a resume that's 3, 4, 5 pages in length because that's just too much information. It's too much detail. Resume, whoever's reading your resume does not have time to continuously be reading pages that are that long. So make sure you keep it concise. And when I say that, as a physical therapist, we all kind of do the same basic skills, basic fundamental tasks. So don't kind of keep reiterating yourself over and over again with those things. Make sure that you're doing and including the things that set you apart and make you unique, like what David said before. Don't just say that you're treating patients. Try to give more specifics as to what specifically you're treating that sets you apart.
And this is the
And
same thing with
mhm.
CVs as well. Not just specifically resumes, but CVs as well. So,
Yes, I think it's so important to also include a cover letter as well when you're doing things besides just your resume and CV. I think cover letters can really help set you apart. Even if a job isn't asking for a cover letter, I personally like to include a cover letter to give them a little bit more information about me and my unique background and relate it more specifically to their specific job application to really, like I said, help set me apart. Because at the end of the day, the resume is that door opening to get you into that interview so that you can meet face to face and they can learn to love you and understand why you would be the perfect fit for them. Now, with all of that being said, these are just only a few simple tips. We could spend all day reviewing cover letters, resumes, CVs, but that is why we have Career Final Frontier. They offer resume and CV writing assistance. You can visit careerff.com for more information on the services provided and really help you nail down that interview and make sure you are having the best resume possible when you're giving it to those job applications. Our team of experts will gather all of your information and compile it on a professional looking resume or CV related to your career location of choice. So definitely make sure you check out careerff.com for more information. They are such an amazing resource that I wish was available when I was searching for jobs.
now that we covered resume and CV writing, here's a quote from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. You have to dream before your dream can come true. So keep on allowing yourself to dream. And then once you get that dream, go pursue it. No dream is unachievable. You just have to have the heart to pursue it. You are powerful. You are strong. You are a final frontier warrior. You will pass.
Thank you very much for listening. For more information on NPTE Final Frontier, please visit npteff.com. You can also check out all of our social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Till next time, have a great day and a powerful tomorrow.